I've actually been using this keyboard for a couple of days now, and I know the video title sounds too good to be true. A $19 gaming keyboard, that is 2,800 Kenya shillings for those who are in Kenya. And as you know me, I don't make anything clickbaity. Whatever you see on the title is what I'm going to give you. So, is this keyboard worth buying? So the keyboard itself comes in this box that has the Aula branding all over it, and at the back of the box there was the keyboard features in a couple of languages, which we had also English included. Inside the box we have the keyboard itself, and also they were kind enough to include a plastic keycap puller. Now, in terms of the build quality of the keyboard itself is quite light. This is because the keyboard itself is made from plastic, but I mean, at this price range, you don't really expect the build quality to be high end, but for me personally, I don't really mind the plastic. And I did forget to mention, it does come with an included braided cable. Now that I have mentioned the keyboard is light, the keyboard can be carried around. I would say this is a good thing, or rather this is a good keyboard to pick up if maybe you're planning to go to LAN parties and you're not interested in carrying a bulky keyboard. But I would be mindful of carrying this keyboard if the location you're going to is sound conscious, meaning maybe you're visiting libraries, and the reason as to why I would caution against this is because the type of switches that are in this keyboard, I know it's still $19 and we still have fully mechanical switches, but the switches included with the keyboard themselves are the KRGD blue switches. Yeah, I'm not gonna lie, I did not know of these switches. I had to look them up, and I came to find out that these are Cherry MX blue knockoffs. Now, if you know anything about keyboards, or rather if you're a keyboard aficionado, you do know that the blue switches are the loudest. So this keyboard is no exception. It might be too loud for where you plan on taking the keyboard, but in terms of how loud, I think I'll just have to play this clip. Now, if you plug the keyboard in, this is how the keyboard will light up. As you can see, we have some nice RGB going on, but there is a caveat to the RGB, and this is the colors you see on the keycaps themselves are permanent, meaning yes, you will have various lighting effects, but the colors you see, let's say on W, the W is purple, the color will never change. It's permanently purple. Of course, I did load in the software and try to see whether you can change it, but it doesn't change. But I mean, at this price range, you don't really, it would have been nice maybe for them to include customizable RGB, but I guess they had to take corners, and this is one of the areas they decided to cut corners. Now, in terms of the keyboard software, I did go to the site that was included in the box. This was aulastar.com. I'll be sure to include that in the description. But I went and looked for the drivers for the keyboard, and it's under Aula International. And weirdly enough, it brings you to a Google Drive page, which is kind of strange. But the keyboard in mind is the Aula S2022. I went ahead and downloaded the zip. And the zip file, or rather what is in the zip file, is this setup. Once you proceed to install that, you will get a software that looks like this. Don't worry, I tested it out to just make sure it's not malware, because it looks weird, not gonna lie, but the software itself is basic as it gets. This is how it looks. It has the macros if you want to set up macros, panel LED, and we also have the settings page. Forgive my cockerels, it's in the morning when I'm recording this. But if you go down to panel LEDs, this is where you will see the various lighting effects. Now, they don't update the image here to show you what these effects represents, so I'm going to
include a video. But right now it's under crossfire, but we have swim, we have gossip sea, we have rainbow wheel, we have ripple diffusion. So for some of this, I think you have to press, like as you can see, if I press for diffusion, it's like it fades in and out. So we have, I don't know, what is that? Retin, what? Scanning? I'm far away from the screen because I'm recording on my camera as well. But yeah, we have those effects. So you can also change the brightness. This is how, by the way, I never talked about brightness, but this is how it looks when it's off. This is the lowest brightness, and I believe the brightness is in 4 steps. So that is the max amount of brightness. Right now it's set to full speed. This basically affects the speed of the effects. For me, I like them slow like that, so I'm just going to leave it like that. And yeah, that's the keyboard in terms of its software. Now if we take a look at the keycaps that come with the keyboard itself, they're not really hard to pull out. So if you use the included plastic keycap puller, they should come out as easily as you can see in the video. But this doesn't mean you have to rely on the keycap puller to pull the keys out. You can also alternatively pull them out with your fingers, and also putting them back in is not really that difficult as well. But I do have to say the plastic keycap puller does not inspire confidence, because it feels like it's going to break on you when you're pulling out the keycaps.
So I know you guys are wondering where I bought this keyboard. I bought this keyboard in town from a shop called ES Gaming. He does deal with a lot of Aula products, so not only keyboards, he has mice and all these other things from this company. And you know, some of the prices that you will hear from this company, or rather from this specific brand, especially if you're in the 254 like me in Kenya, are ridiculous. And it's good that some of these things are becoming affordable, especially for me, moving from a membrane keyboard. I can finally feel like I'm a true gamer now. I know I've been doing a lot of setup reviews, and I never even had a mechanical keyboard. Crazy, right? But it's value for money. What I mean, at that price, there's really nothing else you can ask for, man. It's a keyboard. It works. I've been using it for a couple of days, and it's cool, man. It's really cool. I think I'm still getting adjusted to typing on it, because with the membrane keyboard you had to press so hard. But it's truly amazing that mechanical keyboards have gotten this cheap. So you know what to do. If you enjoyed the videos, drop a like, comment for the algorithm's sake, so that the video can be shared. And also share the video. Also maybe consider becoming a channel member. It helps support me making these kinds of content. And of course, if you want me to make more of this kind of content, comment it down. Again, it's crazy. Anyways, I'll catch you in the next one.